Days after prematurely ending his leave of absence from Parliament, the embattled Westmoreland Central MP George Wright sat with the Gleaner's Mark Titus for a one-on-one interview. Wright had stepped back from Parliament after a viral video of a woman being beaten by a man with a stool. He and his common-law wife Tannisha Singh later filed assault complaints against each other, but decided against pressing charges. Wright insisted he would not address the incident in his interview with the Gleaner. Now resigned from the Jamaica Labour Party, Wright, however, addressed other matters such as his future in politics and his support for laws against domestic violence.
Your early return from leave, was it expected by the Jamaica Labour Party?
Not sure about that, but
did
really,
you notify them that you were going to return to Parliament before time?
No.
So it was a surprise to all your fellow legislators?
Yeah, it was. You see, one of the things is that even though I take leave of absence here, I have persons working on the ground, doing the political work, doing the work of the people here in Westmoreland. So even though I was absent, I have persons out there doing the work. It wasn't really hard.
With your resignation from the Jamaica Labour Party, are your supporters the same supporters from the JLP? Are your workers on the ground still the same workers from the JLP?
Of course, yes.
How does that work if you are not a member of the JLP? Although you say the statement from the parties, and you have just said it, that you support the policies of the party.
Well, you see, one of the things is that I've been working over the years, and the people know that I'm easily reached. So they will still connect with me wherever I go. They will connect with me.
How have there been a discussion on how this works now? How this works? Your constituents are anxious to hear how they will benefit from you as an independent member of Parliament. They are anxious to find out whether the policies that they had expected, or the things the developments that they expected in the constituency, if it will still be realistic.
Of course, yes. Because one thing is that when you are a member of Parliament, you represent the people. It's not that you represent the JLP or the PNP, you represent the people. So, of course, for me to get 8,000 more voters in the box, you have to be doing a good job where you represent the people, not just a party, you represent the people. There's a lot of deficiencies here in the constituency, which have started to do some form of development and roadways and to help the farmers. There are several land space here, which I am one of those persons who would have lobbied to get the land going towards the farmers. And we have several persons now who would have leased over 1,000 acres of land to do farming here in Westmoreland. I'm encouraging them to get registered so we can assist them through RADA. But you have a lot of private farmers here who, doing very well. Planting sweet potato, pine, dasheen, pepper, you name it. And they are doing well.
How do you react to the call by some more experienced politicians in the constituency, such as Mr. Hammond and Mr. Blight?
Well, I don't really have much comment to say on those. I don't really have much to say. Just that, I am one of those persons who want to see, a well-developed constituency, and we'll be working with the people.
Your decision to resign from the JLP, is it actually a move not to bring the JLP into disrepute? Can the people of Jamaica take this as a move that you care more for the party and less for the people?
No, no.
In your tenure as Member of Parliament, what are your priorities for the constituency at this time?
All right. As I mentioned earlier, that this constituency is underdeveloped, right? And one other thing is that we have to stay connected with the people and to ensure that the issues surrounding the constituency is well known by the people. And once you stay connected, you will hear of the issues and you'll try to address them appropriately. All right. For instance, you have several persons here unemployed. I know one of such ways which we can get our people employed is to ensure that there's a BPO sector here, right? We have areas that we can lobby to get. In fact, that is on the way. We are lobbying to get a cruise ship port here in the constituency.
You are?
Yes. And that will create jobs opportunity. Not just for the regular persons, but even for the taxi and the bus operators who works in the tourist industry.
Have you been engaging your constituents over this period of time?
Of course, yes.
All your constituents?
Always.
And what is the feedback you're getting? They want you to remain as their Member of Parliament?
Of course, yes.
Why would you remain as the Member of Parliament?
Because I see where I can work for the betterment of the constituency and the people.
What is the plan for you going forward? Because what I'm trying to understand, I don't get it. I don't get it, Mr. Wright, in terms of the makeup. You're not representing the Jamaica Labour Party, but you're still utilizing the constituents that supports the Jamaica Labour Party on the ground as your workers. Or is this an agreement with the Jamaica Labour Party?
No.
How does this work?
Well, put it this way. You see, over the years, if you have been working with some people and you've been working well, they will work with you. They will work with you.
Is this that the people voted for you and not necessarily the Jamaica Labour Party?
Well, I would say they voted for me, yes. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's just Jamaica Labour Party supporters vote for me. The PNP supporters vote for me. Persons who have no interest, they support me because what? They see that I'm working in the constituency.
During all this, what has been the feedback you have received from those supporters and the people? What have been the feedback from your female supporters?
Well, with the, you mean in the whole controversy?
Yes.
I wouldn't comment on that one right now. I wouldn't comment.
Minister Babsy Grange will be making proposals in Parliament in terms of legislative changes, stronger legislative action of abuse against women. Would you as a legislator support that?
Of course, yes.
And why would you support that?
Well, you see, one of the things is that, our people comes first. Our people come first, right? And I don't support the use of abuse to anyone, whether women, men, boy, girl, even animal.
So, what are your accomplishments since you became Member of Parliament, Mr. Wright?
Since I became a Member of Parliament, I've been lobbying a lot for this constituency, right? And so far, I've rehabilitated a lot of roadways, and drain cleaning because Westmoreland is prone to flooding. So, and that is an ongoing thing, right? And You see, because of the pandemic, most schools are, doing, online, right? So I know a lot of parents are out of a job, and so they find it hard, to sustain their children, or their child going to school. So I decided to run a school grant program, which have assisted over 100 students, especially university. So you have university, you have high school, you have colleges, and primary, schools, which have supported a lot in grant. And as it relates to the tablets, I've given over 100 tablets to students, right? And laptops as well. So I've been working in that area where, trying to assist parents, and I plan to do a lot more, because then, I believe in education, and this is where you're gonna take these children in the future, to educate themselves. So, and also for the fisher folks, I've given over $2 million to the fisher folks, and that is not a loan; it's grant. To help to assist them, in getting further in their fishery, right? And to the farmers as well, because Westmoreland, a lot of, as I mentioned earlier, that a lot of persons are out of a job, so most persons don't turn to farming, which you have to eat. So I've given over $2 million to farmers, to go and help themselves, to elevate, to assist them in whatever way, shape or form they need assistance. So I'm doing pretty good where that is concerned, and I plan to continue this trend to assist all these persons, moving forward, right? And there's a lot more, that I could, name, but just to name a few.
Have you given thought during this controversy of crossing the floor?
No comment on that one.
I'm asking about crossing to the People's National Party side.
And I say
Have you considered that?
no comment on that one.
So can I take this and the fact that you have given a statement expressing the policies of the Jamaica Labour Party going forward? Can I take this that you are still a Jamaica Labour Party supporter at heart?
No comment on that one.
The Jamaica Labour Party, having sat with you prior to your to your resignation, did you give them certain comments, any commitment in terms of your resignation from the party, and would you be supporting any form of decision that they make in Parliament? Have you given any
No.
commitment to that?
No.
Are you planning, Mr. Wright, to remain in representational politics for the next general election as well?
Yes.
Interesting for Central Westmoreland. Interesting for Central Westmoreland. So we'll have 3 parties. How will this work for you? Are you planning after a while to go back to the JLP?
No comment on that one.
How will the Jamaica Labour Party setup be going forward? Is Ms. Donald Foster your replacement as the chairman for the constituency for the JLP?
I don't know.
Have you had discussions with your staff, with the JLP staff, prior to your resignation?
No.
What is the strength of your immediate staff around you now?
Well, they're with me 100%.
I mean, in terms of numbers, having somewhat split than the Jamaica Labour Party support, how much support are you guaranteed on the ground?
Well, I would say I got the full support of the people, and I'll be getting more.
What makes you so confident?
Because what the people need is good representation, and I am one such person who will be lobbying and fighting to see the development of this constituency, and I keep in touch with my people.
How do you react? How do you react to the sentiments on the ground that the decision to stay as member of parliament will only benefit you and not the people?
There's nothing like that. I am here for the people, and the benefit goes to the people.
Are there other steps to be taken, meetings to be held to decide how this work with you and central government and the local government ministry, all the works? Or what is next for you? This being new to you, what are your, if you can let us in on some of your meetings that you are to be held to determine the structure of how this works for Central Westmoreland?
Well, I have no comment now on that one. I have no comment on that one.